Hey, Choppers, we're here again on Behind the Mask, this time with Brandon Raasch of Bard Games, who has The Lost World of Josh Kirby on Kickstarter. We did a preview for it that we released a couple weeks ago. It's still on Kickstarter. It's got 18 days left, wrapping up on March 5th.
Correct.
And it's doing wonderful. It's like 300-something% funded.
Yeah, and still
going strong. Yeah, it doesn't have any looks to be slowing down at all. It's great because it's a wonderful game. So go ahead. People have been watching my preview. Hopefully, fingers crossed. But go ahead and tell us a little bit about the Lost Worlds of Josh Kirby.
Sure. So it features the art of Josh Kirby, who is a sci-fi legend in science fantasy and science fiction. Mm-hmm. So if you want to learn more about it, we've got all kinds of interesting anecdotes about Josh Kirby. But we'll focus on the gameplay. We're here at DungeonCon. I had 2 tables running for 12 hours. I think my voice is still working. But we'll find out. And what's been great is really, kind of honing the pitch, right? So after many, many hours of practice, I'm happy to explain that it is a dice-based action point worker placement area control with a light cascading powers advantage system.
That's it?
And only game designers would want to know that level of detail.
Yeah.
For everybody else, it's basically it's an epic space opera, right? You're rolling action dice really for probabilities. It's not a dice chucker. It's not like a zombie side. It's more of an action point system because you have a lot of control over the dice. Yeah. Either way, you're using these action decisions to deploy fleets, conquer worlds, or save them, because there's this morality track that you're contending with. As you do more good things, you get good bonuses. As you become more evil, then you get evil bonuses. And in the middle, you can try to Han Solo the universe and play both sides in order to get the most decision-making advantage. Yeah. So there's a lot going on with the game. Pretty easy to learn. I would say by turn 2, most people get how the mechanics go.
And then from there, it's just everybody figuring out what everybody else is going to do.
Yeah. I think the decision depth begins like when you leave mid-game and go to end-game, and people are working at, like, they're conquering worlds, they're gaining world powers, and they're setting up their power combos. Yeah. A typical 5-player game is 40 minutes, and in that 40 minutes, that final 2 rounds, everybody is really mathing out, if he gets that and I get this, and it's really a lot of fun.
Can I get this world? Can I move my ships over here and get the more points for taking it as settle instead of conquer? Yeah. Everybody's working out every different angle and aspect they can to get those last little bits.
Yep. And the thing I'll add is what's really rewarding is people played the game, then they turned right around and play it again. Mm-hmm. They went and got friends, and they got more people to play. Yeah. We're spiking up on Kickstarter, and a lot of that is people here getting the word out, saying, having a blast, this is really neat.
Oh, yeah, every single time I come by your tables, they're full. They're full. Yeah. 5 players, full.
Yeah, and again, so I was able to get enough voice to come get this done. And then for the Kickstarter bundle package, I know you've seen the event cards.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
We, last night, were playtesting a secret B-side to the space opera mode. Don't tell our backers that. So we're working on some additional content that is really kind of bonus unlock, depending on how far we go. But the space opera mode, the basic, or I should say the side A, is done. We've been playing that, and what I like is it adds a new meta, because every game you play, you're taking these powers to the next game, and now you're trying to conquer the galaxy. And
it's like I've seen the map for the space opera mode, but I haven't actually gotten a chance to play it. So I'll probably see if I can grab you and sit down and actually they were playtesting it last night with other stuff. So I haven't got to see that yet. But from what I saw just of the paper, which was shown slightly, and you'll see it on the video, by 10x10 games. Yep. Because we were having a reviewer match with them and the Hungry Gamer. Half of the map is folded, was shown on the camera real quick, and then taken back. So you'll get a little glimpse of it if you watch 10x10's video of the reviewer match for Josh Kirby.
Yeah, and thanks for coming and do that reviewer match. That was a blast. Like having 3 reviewers and the game designer and the publisher sitting at the table. How did you think it went? How did it go for you?
I know it went great, and I don't know if this is going to come out before their video does, but I won because I know what I'm doing, and well, to be honest, I think Rebecca hadn't played before, right? So she was still learning, And then you had the designer and it had you, and William played it because he did a preview.
Yeah, he had done a preview like 3 days earlier.
Yeah, but I played Josh Kirby over the course of the past couple months, years since saw it and we first started, getting together for game time and stuff like that, at conventions and stuff. I've seen it, so I've played it multiple times. So of course I've played it. You probably played it more times.
And in fairness, I didn't try to lose.
Yeah,
so you earned it fair and square.
Yeah, so it was a great game. So we always go evil when you're playing, even though even though it always has, it's less points, you get your worlds quicker if you know what you're doing. Yeah. Or you can go by what Hungry Gamer was trying to say, was that what would Logan do? Always do the opposite. So, he was like, but then who won? Exactly.
It would seem that the Chopper's fearless leader is now the king of the galaxy.
King of the galaxy, and also of the narrative for the story on the Kickstarter.
Great point.
Yeah.
Yeah. So first off, thank you for being the very first backer. Very awesome. And it's been cool sharing the development cycle with you because you saw it when it bits of paper, and and I was sure it's fun to see it progress, right? Because it's a great and done game. Mm-hmm. It didn't start out that way, but. As the first backer, one of the things we want to do is just celebrate the narrative, right, with some sci-fi. So we started writing a story. And there was just no way that our space captain wasn't going to be named Logan, the very first person to kick off the campaign. So if you're interested in any kind of sci-fi, find out whether Logan... And so I do have it's a space opera. So I've got some good news, bad news. The bad news is I had to talk to my co-writer about not killing off main characters. So we'll see how you hold up. Yeah. But the good news is it's a space opera, so I'd expect an evil twin at some point.
Yeah, nice. And you can find that narrative in the comments on the Kickstarter. Yeah. So you go for the Lost Worlds of Josh Kirby, go to the Kickstarter page, and then go into the comments. And before you go to the comments, make sure you hit that pledge button.
I liked it because you can't get into the comments without pledging. So that was a nice little trick.
Yeah, so hit that pledge for at least $20. I mean $1. Anyway,
for a dollar you get to read it all. Yeah, and we're also summing it up in the updates. Oh, okay. So we released an update where we explain the story, but we also explain which unlock it went with.
Oh, nice.
Right.
Nice.
So card upgrades is he suddenly discovers the space arc and all that good stuff. So it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's a wonderful game. It's great. It's on Kickstarter. Check it out. Yeah. So other than that,
what else?
It's February. Yeah. What else is going on? It's February, and we are doing Fairy February because Fickle is getting fulfilled from their Kickstarter from last year. Mm-hmm. Awesome Kickstarter for the fairy game Fickle, which has the awesome. Bar Games is like setting a bar for awesome artwork with their games. You got the fairies from Amy Brown. You got lost artwork for stuff with Josh Kirby that's been discovered and is being used and stuff. And it's wonderful.
Yeah. What's really cool about the Josh Kirby thing? We also, in addition to the art, literally we found panels of art that have been used before we put in board games. We discovered letters from Ray Bradbury to Josh Kirby about sci-fi art and the industry. It's been really this cool journey of making these games. And we're not giving up, man. We've got other cool art supporting a great game. Yeah. Because, as a real gamer, it's always... The trick is that people think it's just art, and then they play. I had a bunch of guys that played Fickle, right? And said, well, I bought it for my wife, and she's an Amy Brown fan. And then I played it. Yeah. And now I want to play it more. Yeah. And so... Because
the mechanics of the gameplay are solid. It's really well developed and refined, and and it's fun to play. I was like, it's got the fairy artwork, but why can't guys like fairy artwork?
Honestly, once you... what's neat is once you think about how wickedly malicious fairies are. A little bit of take that action, so that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, right? And it's a quick game. A whole game is 20 minutes, so you can't get too angry.
I think we actually the game we played earlier with a couple of people actually went by in like 10 minutes, 15 at the most. Yeah, it was.
Everybody there knew what they were playing, and we were playing with some pretty complicated fairies, and it was still because you know what you're doing.
Once you know the rules, you're playing real quick. So it's Fickle.
Wait, did you win that game though?
No, I did not win that game.
I just wanted to make sure that,
it was...
You were lauded for your successes, so I want to make sure that we're honest.
Glenn Cotter, the designer, won that round of Fickle, and
kind of cheating, right?
Yeah, cheating.
Come on, Glenn.
We play with the designer sometimes. Sometimes you get the upper hand, like we did with Jordan with
That's true. You did play against a designer here and won.
And then playing with Glenn here, I happily lost because it is a great game to play. Just seeing the interactions going around when you're playing and what other people are going to do, it's great. So it's coming to backers. It's fulfilling now.
Oh, it's fulfilled.
It's fulfilled.
Yeah, they got it, and now it's available on our website. Bardgames.fun.
Fun. So if you missed the Kickstarter, hashtag Fairy February, Fickle Fairy February.
Fairy February.
We're gonna add a bunch of hashtags to this video and links to bardgames.fun, so you can go. If you missed the Kickstarter, you can still pick up a copy of Fickle. And you said that Glenn might secretly be working on a solo mode?
That is true. So he hasn't shown me how to play it yet.
Okay.
But I watched him play with some people. They were digging it. Okay. It's like a 5-minute duel against the fairy deck.
Oh, nice.
And so it looks intriguing. He refuses to give me written rules because he wants it to be just right. Because Glenn is a committed designer. Yeah. So more to come on that one. Yeah.
So if that's as great of a design as this, then you got another win on your hands. Awesome. So what else? I know this is what we have here. But what else do you have coming up in the next, let's put a timeline. I know I usually ask you, whole year. Let's say, the next 6 months for Bard Games.
Well, why don't I just cut to the answer you really want to hear? When is Tater Frater?
Tater Frater.
Right.
I love Tater Frater. Well, that's the first one, because I love Tater Frater.
Yeah, fair.
It's one of the first games you showed us when we got together for our first gaming session. Yeah. It hooked me then. I've been bugging you about it for the past 2.5 years.
Motivating me. You've been motivating me.
Yeah, there you go.
So we're working on the next 6 months. Obviously, we're still in the middle of our Kickstarter.
Yes.
Once we complete the Kickstarter and begin the manufacturing process, right, because there's some back-end stuff, we're off to Gamma to work on our wholesale and distribution. And really beginning this summer is where we'll start announcing the next lineup. Okay. We are looking at our smaller footprint games like Tater Frater and really trying to decide how we can release them. Kind of either... Personally, I would love to do a BOGO approach. Back one game, get the other game included. Yeah. Because we have several really cool small... We have a war-themed card game. If you played that, right? So we have some very interesting opportunities. So more to come on specifically those, but Tater Frater is front of line. Yeah. Because we agree it's time to get it out. We've kind of set up some of the big box stuff. Yeah. And it's such a fun game. I get asked about it all the time. It's a small game too, so it'll be fairly easy for us to it'll fit in a box like that. Yeah, but we have some plans. What that could look like. So I think my favorite plan, and I will give credit where it's due, and I remember who came with the idea, is as a ridiculous Kickstarter stretch goal to include a potato clock.
Potato clock.
The wires and the potato needed to run your timer.
Oh man, that's awesome.
The game doesn't require a timer, by the way. But
at all.
I mean, why would you not want a potato clock with your game? Yeah. So, so that's probably the big one. And then
extra stretch goal, potato gun.
It's Kickstarter, and I don't want to get thrown out. So we'll see. I'm not sure. I haven't ruled it out. Yeah. So, and then the other thing that we're really working on is we have a working prototype, and we're working through the graphics of our Battlefield Earth board game. Awesome. So Battlefield Earth is doing a graphic novelization of the old sci-fi story. It's not based on the movie. There is no religious affiliation. Let's get that out of the way. Okay. The board game, on the other hand, is really focused on the sci-fi aspect of the story and this idea of getting leverage over your enemies. Okay. So you may have played the prototype. No. All right. Well, we got something new. We got something new to show you. Yeah. We're still working through the timing and the details. More to come on that, on Battlefield Earth. And then the final thing in the next 6 months that we're really hoping will be in Kickstarter, if not summer, then specifically at Comic-Con, is our Sherlock Holmes The Vanishing Man board game. Yeah. This is a collaboration with Dynamite Comics. So we are taking a graphic novel about Sherlock Holmes that's been published, and it's one of Dynamite Comics' hits. And we have made a board game adaptation of the story. And the basic premise is that you are Sherlock or Dr. Watson or you're Moriarty or you're London Bobby. You're the main characters, Detective Lestrade. And you've all been accused of murder. So you're racing around London and you're trying to get the rarest clues by deducing others' clues. It's best described as like, imagine concentration with a stock market economy.
Oh, okay.
Because what you're trying to do is gather clues, but make sure you have the rarest clues and set up other people to get the clues they remember, meaning they have less value.
Okay.
So ultimately, it's a deduction-style puzzle.
Nice.
And features a lot of graphic art from wonderful graphic art from the Dynamite series.
Yeah.
So really excited about that one. Because it's a collaboration, I don't have a specific date yet.
Yeah. No.
But more than happy to talk about it. And really, the last time I spoke with our friends at Dynamite, their intent is to have that thing live in time for San Diego Comic-Con.
Awesome. It would be awesome to see when it gets there, when it comes out.
Yeah.
All right.
And then every once in a while I play a game. But,
play a game, yeah.
Been pretty busy. And you? What do you got coming up?
Everything. Yeah, we're trying everything. We're expanding our... Wait, this interview is supposed to be with you. Why am I talking?
I care... Hey, Choppers. I care about Logan as much as you do, because I've been following you just like you've been following me for a couple of years now. So
we have been expanding our presence online with our live stream of our D&D games on Twitch and Facebook. We dual live stream through Streamlabs OBS to both of them. Every other Sunday we've been doing The Haunting of Histor by Dark Naga Adventures. It's a really good adventure that we've been doing, but it is being put on hiatus a little bit because we got some people that are on vacation. So we're actually
that's the hardest part about role-playing games.
We're going to be filling in the Sundays with other stuff. Like we just got Kaboomkins from Randy Angle.
Nice.
Yeah, he has little. It's 2 pages, or a total of 6 pages, but 2 pieces of paper stapled together, front and back. So it's 8 pages total, and it's a little RPG, funny, laughable RPG.
Very cool.
Like a little zine. Yeah, so we're going to be doing that. So we're going to be doing different stuff, and we're trying to do it every Sunday instead of every other Sunday. We're trying to make it consistent on Sundays. We're thinking RPGs one Sunday, and then board game, live stream a board game.
Very
boom,
cool.
Boom, boom, and then get some stuff going on during the weeks when we can, when we're not recording previews or reviews of wonderful games like The Lost World of Josh Kirby.
Sure.
Or Fickle. Yeah, that's like that.
Since you went in on a plug.
Yeah.
No, and I want to congratulate you and your team and Liz behind the camera because you guys have been fantastic and putting out more stuff. It's really cool.
Yeah.
And sorry to hear that your RPG suffers from people coming and going. It's always a challenge.
Yeah.
But these one-shot small RPG things are really cool. Kickstarter last month there was like this contest or this challenge, and there was like 15 of these 2-page RPGs that launched all in the same day.
Oh, I didn't even see
really
that. I follow Kickstarter pretty good. Well, with so many games.
No one could follow everything going on in
everything.
Kickstarter.
Yeah, but I'm surprised I missed that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so much so I'm a little jelly because the gamer in me, the RPGer in me, I think I could do a 2-pager.
Yeah.
I should probably finish what I'm working on now.
Yeah, possibly. So. Yeah, probably. So set that out for 2021. Probably by the time you get around to it. 2027, yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Cool.
All right. Well, thank you for joining me once again.
Always.
And yeah, we'll say so excited to see what's going on. Apparently, I'm doing this a lot in videos. People were commenting about it earlier.
Well, that would be look. He plays evil. He wins evil.
Yeah.
It should always end on an evil monologue. I think that's appropriate.
Yeah. So thank you for joining me once again, Brandon.
Always.
And see you next time.
Pleasure.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Happy gaming, guys.